Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today I decided to bring back the old style of videos I used to do. Voiceovers were my thing initially because I was so afraid of speaking directly to the camera. And over the years, these voiceover style videos kind of became my thing, and a lot of you tell me that you miss that old vibe sometimes. So today, let voiceover Saloni tell you 5 minimalism mistakes I made early on in my journey and how you can avoid them for yourself. So, when I decided to embark on my minimalism journey, I decided to educate myself about this movement first. I read books, I watched documentaries, YouTube videos, and started following practicing minimalists all over the internet. And what this did was it gave me a strict understanding of what minimalism should look like. So, I decided to start this journey by taking extreme measures, like owning just 10 pieces of clothing, having just a couple of plates and spoons, going all white with my home aesthetic, and whatnot. And you guessed it right, it did not work. When starting out with anything new, we tend to take an all or nothing approach, and it rarely works. Over time, I realized that minimalism isn't about getting rid of everything. It's about easing into the process of letting go one step at a time. You're allowed to own more than 10 pieces of clothing. You can have pretty bowls and plates and cups if you like. You can have color in your life if you prefer that as well. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. It's your way that feels right to you. When I started this journey, it was a conscious decision both Paritosh and I took together. We wanted to build a more sustainable life, so we decided to pack everything we owned into boxes and live off just the bare essentials for some time. And it worked fine. But over time, since I am the more obsessive of the two, I went deeper into minimalism hole and made the whole thing about myself. Things were decluttered in our home because I wanted them out, and new things were bought because I wanted them in. And honestly, minimalism is life-altering in many ways. So unless you live alone, it is actually impossible to do the whole thing on your own terms. It's a good idea to involve your family in the process. Plan your declutter sessions with them, make them a part of your discussions around this topic, consume more content on minimalism together, and really just enjoy this phase of life as a team. Another common mistake I made was thinking that minimalism applied only to my physical environment. But that's not true at all. Minimalism is a way of life where we get rid of anything that isn't necessary. So I don't know why I didn't apply this sooner to my digital systems as well. Just because digital clutter isn't as visible as physical clutter doesn't mean it doesn't cause as much anxiety in life. A full desktop with random stuff, hard disks with things on it in no particular order, random unnecessary files from old ages that we don't ever need, messy cloud storage with no sense of organization in it at all, or even phones with loads of random screenshots hoarded over the years, they are a roadblock to living a truly minimal life. So over time, I've set a system for myself. On the first of every month, as I sit down to change the wallpaper for the month, I declutter my laptop, phone, external devices, and cloud storage and get rid of all things unnecessary. It takes me barely 20 minutes to do this, but it keeps me calm and focused all month long. When we start with anything new in life, something we really look for is role models, people we could follow or emulate, who are maybe a couple of steps ahead of us in our journey and whose experiences we could learn from. So with minimalism as well, I followed many people early on. You know who I'm talking about. I'm sure you follow most of those people yourself too. And there's nothing wrong with following these people or learning from them. But things get complicated when we choose to imbibe everything they do, or worse yet, compare our journey with theirs. Like for me, I found a YouTuber who lived with literally no furniture at all. She had chosen an extreme form of minimalism for herself, and it seemed to work really great for her. Good for her, but every time I'd watch her content, I'd feel really guilty about my own choices. Like, how dare I buy a new bed? Do you see how this can get super toxic? It took me all my might to unfollow some really good creators for no fault of their own, but because I couldn't stop comparing my life with them. And this act of unfollowing actually made my minimalism journey more personal and centered around my life and choices. The last mistake I want to discuss today is possibly the biggest mistake of them all. A lot of people believe that minimalism is about saving money and being extremely frugal with purchases. And while increased savings are a good side benefit, minimalism doesn't mean making every decision with a money lens. Minimalists, in fact, buy more expensive but higher quality, ethically made clothes, better skincare, cleaner makeup brands, and more. The idea is to reduce the need for repurchases and invest in high quality, more responsible labels. For example, let's say you want to buy a mixer grinder. The frugality mindset would say that one should buy the cheapest option out there. But minimalism would actually dictate that we should buy the best quality option out there that would last the longest, even if this means spending more money upfront. To think that by owning expensive stuff, one would become an anti-minimalist is the biggest mistake of them all. So that's it for today, everyone. These are the common minimalism mistakes that I made on my journey, and I hope that you don't anymore. Do let me know if there are any other mistakes that you've made in your journey in the description box below so that it can help others, and I'll see you next time with another video. Cheers!